Welcome back to iCanMod. I am Tobias, and as you can tell by the title of this video, we're actually building my dream PC today. Alright, first and foremost, let's cut to the chase. What I'm wearing in this video is, or in this intro, is not what I'm going to be wearing while I do the build. I went back to edit the video and found out that the microphone that I use wasn't recording or interfacing with the camera. So in my speed to get up on live stream to do the build, which we did do eventually on Twitch, I forgot to turn the microphone on, I think, but it is what it is. So we'll deal with it, and I will record this and let you know now. So just a quick intro before we go into a montage of me building, which is a combination of all the footage captured while live streaming on Twitch on the 22nd of May. Some of the main parts are here. It is using a ROG Strix X570E gaming motherboard paired with a Ryzen 5 5600X processor, so a 6-core 12-thread processor. Videos for all these are actually, or majority of the parts I actually did before the build, so there's some sort of preamble videos of each part. Nothing too flash, but just some information about why I chose the part. Other than that, to keep it cool, we've got the brand new Phanteks Glacier One 240 MP. The case fans are, we've got 6 of the SL 120 uni fans by Lian. The powertrain for the system is the ROG THOR 850 watt platinum power supply with the built-in RGB and the LCD screen to tell you how much power you're drawing. Our RAM, we're looking at XPG branded RAM, which is Spectrix D60G DDR4 3600 megahertz memory, so I've got 32 gig of that. So 216 Stix, and I'm looking to upgrade to 4 in the future. Probably won't need that for a little while though, but they're on sale at the moment, so we might get a couple more. And finally, it's all being put into the Lancool 2 mesh performance case, which I did a full review of on our channel. I'll put a link to that at the end of the video so you can have a look. I also did a video where we installed the USB-C front port and the hot swappable backplate for the spinning disk drives or the HDDs. So eventually what will be in this system, oh actually that's another thing, I ended up changing and I left a part at one of the shops that I purchased from. It has a, for the operating system, a 1 terabyte Western Digital Black SN850 M.2 drive. Other than that, from my old PC, it'll be getting an SN750 M.2 put in there as well, so I'll have 2 M.2 drives. There's 2 SSDs plugged in the back, or will be plugged in the back, so they're about 1 terabyte a piece, and then there's 3 2 terabyte spinning drives as well. So there is a lot in this case, there's a lot to cable manage, but let's get into the build.
check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys.
Okay, so as you can see behind me, the build is finished now. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I'm recording this after the fact. This has been together for about a week now. Most of the video has been edited, just need these intros and outros. I'll tell you what, I am very happy. The only thing that I could do probably differently in this build would be putting a more higher end graphics card in there. But with the way the prices are today, and for the games that I play and for what I'm actually doing with it, the Sapphire Nitro 6700 XT, Nitro Plus 6700 XT does more than enough for what I need. I don't play any super intensive games like Cyberpunk, things like that. So I'm a bit more old school. So I play a bit of GTA, a bit of DayZ, a bit of World of Warcraft, classics. So for me, it's not. I don't need, a RTX 3090 or a 6900 XT, RX 6900 XT. So this does me perfectly, and it allowed me to spend a little bit more in other areas. So I've got a bit more, possibilities with what I do, so video editing and things like that. So I'm really happy with it. The Phanteks AIO, the Glacier 240 MP, Glacier One, sorry. Wow, it is keeping things cold. I have bench test and stress tested this thing significantly for the first 24 hours after I built it. And I think the highest I saw the CPU go was about 60 degrees, 70 degrees. So, and that's at full load. The power supply was at the highest wattage I'd seen it. So it's doing really well. With the airflow in the case, having the three 120mm fans at the front, it's keeping everything nice and cool and a nice flow of air. And then it's exhausting out the top and out the back, so it's getting a beautiful sort of run of air through. And obviously having three fans on the graphics card help as well with that coolness. The graphics card, I haven't seen that go over 80 or so degrees, which is great. A couple of things that I did add that weren't in the video that I have done. I did notice that this graphics card is quite heavy, and I have installed the Lian Anti Sag bracket for the graphics card. It is, as you can tell, putting it on a slight little up angle. It's not too much, but it's enough. It's enough to be noticeable, but it's better than it was actually really sagging downwards. I'm going to work out how I can move that bracket around. Obviously, there's a problem there with the SATA ports for the hard drives that are actually just in where the bracket sits over, because the screws that you need to screw it into, there's actually covers on this motherboard, so I can't, unless I pull those covers off, and then it will look crappy. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it to sort of sit properly. But I'm also looking to other options as well. So we might see if there's another company that makes an anti-sag bracket that'll work better. I have noticed that there are companies that do it, that sort of run along the bottom of it, so we might look at that. But other than that, I am super happy with it. So let's get it turned on so you can see it. You probably saw it from the B-roll, but just to show you that it all works. And as you can hear, it's very quiet. If you look down here, you can see that the lights are on. So that is the hot swappable backplate that I've got in there now. So that's showing me that the drives are connected, and when they're being accessed, there's a red light next to the blue light. This is not the color theme that I go for. I don't like unicorn vomit. It is a beautiful green and purple that I have, but it's just defaulted at the moment until I log into Windows. So yeah. Oh, we also installed the diffused LED strip here as well. So as you can see, that's all there. I'll see if I can turn it around for you. I'll show you the back. All right, so let's have a look. Yeah, you can see my house now. I'll open that one. Look, it is a bit messy under here, and I do intend to do a bit more cleaning up of that. I didn't want to sort of lock everything down too much before I do my final wiring. But as you can see, we've got the two drives there. Everything's sort of kept nice and clean, and I am going to look at running these cables down here so we don't have that there, and obviously clean this up a little bit more as well because it's starting to push on that SATA drive, but that's fine. But yeah, so I've still got space for two more 2.5-inch SSDs as well. So when you think about how many drives this case will hold, you've got 2 here, 3 there, so that's 5, 6, 7 in the as M.2s, which we don't count because obviously it's on the board, but there's 2 here, so that's 7, and then you can put 2 more in the front just under the graphics card as well. So that would give me a total of 9 drives. Not that I need that much storage, but you know, why not? But yeah, so that's pretty much it. With the build, it's been super fun doing these things, and we are looking at potentially offering a building service to customers as well, just as a bit of a side thing. We won't be doing water cooling to start with, but eventually we'll look into water cooling. But obviously we need to run the numbers and work the viability of it. Other than that, things to look out for coming up. The Clean This series, as I mentioned, we are starting to film again before I get my move completed to my new property, where I'll have my own sort of studio setup, I guess is what you can call it, a bit more better. So we're going to start, or at least get a couple of videos for Clean This done before I move. And also too, some exciting things, we've got some upgrades coming, so I'm getting a wireless microphone instead of a corded one, so that's good. And we're potentially looking at new cameras as well, so we can get some better pictures and better shots. And I obviously want an overhead camera for when I'm doing live stream builds and maintenance and stuff. So that will be all done when I move. But look, thanks for joining me on my build. And you know, as we always say here at iCanMod, keep building and keep learning.